Hi, folks. I'm your host, Ron Pertee. I'd like to thank you for choosing to watch this edited version of Couch Chat. Now, before you begin watching, you have to know that there were a few issues going in. I'm still a little new to this service, and I'm also still a little new to this software, so there were a couple of audio tweaks where you won't hear anything for a couple seconds. But eventually the audio comes back on, and I make my very valid point of how Leatherface is a sympathetic character. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Is that good enough? You think the dummies will... Oh, God. From the shores of Racine, Wisconsin, it's Couch Chat with your host, Ron Pertee. And now, here's Ron! Welcome, everyone, to Couch Chat. That's going to be one hell of an editing job that I'm going to have to do before this goes up on the other website. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you are watching from Twitch or from outside of Twitch, or if you're just here to be awesome, I want to thank you for doing just that, and that's being awesome. What I need you to do, real quick, is I have to do a little bit of housekeeping here. And that housekeeping is, if you look at the ticker below, if you are a fan of my show, if you are a fan of everything that I do, I need to fix that a little bit. This is all just kind of a weird thing, but we're gonna get through this together, folks. If you're a fan of the program, I have a Patreon, I have a PayPal. I'm looking to build from where I'm at. I want this to be a much bigger program. I want the desk with the little computer and the fancy microphone, and I want to be able to stream out to you guys and for hours on end and bring you quality content, and that's where I need your support. So head over to patreon.com/Ron Pertee if you want to do a month-to-month thing where you get rewards for as little as $1, or if you want to make a one-time donation, head over to paypal.me, I guess that's what it's called, /Ron Pertee, and you can do a one-time donation. I'm going to thank you all for that ahead of time, because that's, you guys being awesome. It really is. So, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about Leatherface. And if you're not familiar with Leatherface, he is the main antagonist in the film series Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But we're not going to be focusing on all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. We're going to be focusing on the very first one. The very, very first one. The one that came out in 1974. Not the one that everybody looks at. Oh, the remake, it's so gory when he takes his mask off and he doesn't have a nose. Water is a sponsor of the program. Get water. Now, we're going to focus on the fact that Leatherface, in and of himself, is a sympathetic being. All right? You take away all the murder and all the impalement and the... Is that impalement? I guess it doesn't go up your... Anyway. All of the violent things that he does in that first movie. Take those away. All right, let's get down to this. I should have checked my microphones beforehand, but that's Leatherface right there. That's him. Leatherface. Bubba Sawyer, the man who ruined the door to his family home. Now, the thing about Leatherface that I want you all to understand is that he is, for all intents and purposes, I don't know... He's the product of generational inbreeding. I would say at least 2 generations worth of inbreeding. That poor, sorry son of a bitch right there, Leatherface, was part of that. He had that kind of an issue going on, okay? So him coming out the way he did, he's kind of childlike in a way, and he seems to be very, very put upon by his family. He's very pushed down and kind of treated as the weakest member of the family, when in all fairness and honesty, he is the strongest member of the family and could take them all out if he wanted to. Now, here's the thing. Leatherface was defending his home. Now, okay, you can defend your home in ways that don't involve putting women on hooks and cutting people up and serving them for barbecue. I'm not condoning his actions. I'm not saying, hey, you know what? Go, Bubba. Cut him up. I'm not saying that. But I am saying he was defending his home. Okay? Which is something completely different. All right? He was defending his home. These people came to his door and they knocked a little bit, but then they came in because apparently they felt that they could just walk right in and not not have to worry about anything. And granted, his name is Leatherface, so I mean, things are a little weird there. But he didn't go out hunting these people. He waited for them to come to him. Okay? He waited to pounce upon them as they were entering his domain. Now, I know you're saying he could have just, scared them away with a shotgun or scared them with the chainsaw as opposed to cutting them up. Okay, all right, fine. But there's somebody else who could have done something very similar to that. And I'd like to introduce you to him right now. That's right, Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. Look at how menacing that young 10-year-old looks. If he's even 10. I don't remember. I haven't watched Home Alone in a very long time. But look at him. He looks like a mean kid. Okay? And this kid could have called the cops. He could have just set up booby traps enough to keep people out, not commit murder. Because let's be honest, if you are hit in the head with a paint can, and as you're falling back, you get hit in the back of the head with a paint can, and then you go through the floor, chances are you're not going to survive. Okay, fair enough, Kevin won't eat them for dinner, but I want people to realize that this fine gentleman right here, Kevin McAllister, is no better than this gentleman right here, Leatherface. The two of them arguably are about the same mental capacity. Kevin may be a little bit smarter because he had an upbringing. He was raised. Bubba was kind of almost like raised to work, and he wasn't given a proper kind of education in the deep heart of Texas. So, I mean, you have to look at it that way. So for me, that's why I think Leatherface, the titular character from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I dare a casual fan to name all of the people in the van in the original Chainsaw Massacre and tell me that their names and say that they're the protagonists of the picture. No, he's like a weird protagonist-antagonist thing. I mean, for crying out loud, after he dispatched the three of the first five, he sits down by the window and he starts freaking out. Freaking out. He's losing his damn mind. He's like, oh my God, where are they coming from? What am I going to do? I'm just here at home, and all of a sudden these people show up and just start impeding on my lifestyle. I mean, how are you going to take any kind of umbrage with somebody like that who isn't working with the full deck, who is having to deal with these people showing up that he doesn't know that are walking into his house? They're not knocking and waiting for someone to answer. They're just walking in. Kirk, the first guy that gets it with the hammer in the head, he almost walked right into the kitchen. And Leatherface was just like, what's going on? So his instinct was to bonk. And then what do you do? Like any good person who's got a near-dead animal, you just keep hitting them until they die. That's just the way it works. You know, I feel bad for the people who died. But I also feel bad for Leatherface. I don't feel bad for the cook, because the cook could have easily stopped everything, despite his timid nature. The hitchhiker is just crazy. And as we come to find out, his twin, Chop Top, is crazier. So that family, in and of itself, is full of weak, psychotic man-children. You can't feel bad for the man-child if he doesn't exactly know what he's doing. He just knows what he's told. And don't go saying, oh, SS officers, Nazis, they just did what they were told. Yeah, but they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. You know, Leatherface is the most sympathetic villain in film history, I think. He is, he's something else, I tell ya. Oof, boy, that Leatherface. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with more couch chat. Hopefully the microphone situation will be all fixed up. And we'll be back to just kind of hang out and talk about some of the day's events. And we'll see you in just a few. Are you a single lady who wants to start a family, but you're on a budget? Then come on down to Discount Sperm, where you won't get an Olympian, you won't get a scientist, hell, you might not even get a human. But you get what you pay for. I mean, come on. You can pick from these fine DNA specimens, like Dog the Bounty Hunter, the cast of Duck Dynasty, Bill Cosby, or Zat. So come on down to Discount Sperm, where we don't pay the donors and pass the savings on to you. Discount Sperm is located in the Highway 12 strip mall in Toma. All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm just kind of going through some of the day's events here on the old cell phone. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching that commercial from Ron's Discount Sperm. You can support this program as well as Ron's Discount Sperm at PayPal and Patreon as well. We'll leave the little clicker thing up for just a little bit so you can check that out. I hope everybody's had a good week, and I apologize that I haven't been streaming the way I said I'd stream. I'm making a lot of decisions about things, and what I'm doing is basically what I'm doing is I'm turning all of the shows I used to have, the ideas I used to have, I'm making them live. So if you follow my stuff, you know, Movie House, that's going to be live from now on, probably Friday nights, and that'll be fun. Talk about a movie every Friday night, maybe even show a movie, never know. So that'll be fun, and then Monday through Thursday will be Couch Chat. Now, all of these programs, after they're completed, will be edited and thrown up on YouTube. So if you want to be part of the audience, if you want to be part of the crowd, you have to show up at Twitch, and you have to say hello. Also, throw me a follow, and you'll be notified when I go on. I can't wait until I hit that point where I'm worth the damn, and I'm an affiliate, because those are fun. But like I said, PayPal and Instagram and Twitter and Patreon and all that stuff is down here. I'm still reworking the Patreon to reflect all of the RTV stuff, you know, Ron TV. Not that I'm vain or anything, but you know. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, that's how you do it right there. Instagram and Twitter are both at RealRonPerT. Be sure to head over there and follow them. I'll get notified on my phone. And be sure to message me and let me know that you found everything from the program. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of Twitch. And at first I was kind of leery about everything. But, you know, I'm starting to like it a lot more. I'm starting to really kind of dig it quite a bit. There we go. That's better. Really trying to dig it, and I love the community, and I love the way the people are, and how nice they are, and how helpful. And I'm sure there are trolls out there like there is everywhere, but from what I've experienced so far, there hasn't been a whole lot, and that makes me feel good. Makes me feel happy. Yeah, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to end the program. And I thank you all for watching. But, please stick around because I have a treat for you after the program. If you stick around, and this is only for people on the live stream, I'm going to show the entire episode of the Social Media Massacre, my film. It's about 20 minutes long. It's violent. I'm warning you, kids. It's super violent. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But I hope you enjoy it. We're going to take a quick break after the show. I'm going to throw that up there. We'll come back. We'll watch the film. We'll discuss it. And we'll go from there. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. And don't forget to head over to youtube.com/RonPerti. And you can also follow me there or subscribe. Or I don't know how it is. If you want to just catch the updates the following day. So I want to thank you again for watching the program. And we will see you next time. Or if you're sticking around, we'll see you in a few minutes.